Hello, my friends. This is Mrs. Eastwood here. I wanted to do my first video on finding things around your house that you can use for a math toolkit. I know that I like to use math toolkits during class so that the students are able to use different things to come up with the answers to their problems. Because usually we try to find more than one way. So when I was walking around my house, the first thing that I found and I decided to use was an egg carton. I decided that this is going to be the storage for most of the things that I find that I can use. I like it because it has different compartments in it for me to put different things in. And the first thing that I found was paper clips. Now, I have two different size paper clips in here, which is great. And I am going to sort my paper clips by the size. And something for you to keep in mind is that when you are looking for things around the house, try to find things that you can find 20 of that aren't very big, so that you can sort them so you have 10 big and 10 small, or 10 red and 10 blue. Or like our counters, we have red and yellow counters. One side's red, one side's yellow. That way we know how to add and subtract and all that kind of stuff. All right. So I have my paper clips in and they're sorted. And the next thing that I found in my house were Legos. I don't know if you guys are like my girls, but my girls love Legos. I have tons of Legos in my house. So I figured that would be a great thing to use. So what I would ask for you to do, if you can, try to find 20 Legos, all the same size, 10 of one color, 10 of another color, and then sort them in your math toolkit if you can, or put them in a bag or whatever else it is that you need. Right here I have a bag. If you guys have this and you put all your things for a math toolkit in a bag like this, then that's fine too. All right. Another thing that I found in my house are beads. My girls like to make bracelets and necklaces and all that kind of stuff with beads, so there are a lot of beads in my house. So this is something else that I can use. Now, when I'm done with this video, I'm going to sort my beads out. I'm going to have 10 of one color and 10 of another. And guess what? Probably do 10 of one more color, so I'll actually have 30 because I'll have 10 of one color, 10 of another color, and 10 of a third color. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have 30 beads in my math toolkit. The next thing that I found were some rubber bands. Now, before you use rubber bands, if you find rubber bands, I want you to make sure your parent is okay with that. I did find a pack with 3 different colors in them. I have blue, and I have yellow, and I have red. Now, I know a lot of houses don't have rubber bands, but I think that there's something that I might be able to use, especially since they are red and yellow like our counters. All right. Something else that I found. You guys are going to like this one. I found some candy. Now, I know that we've used candy before in the past when we were solving problems. So just like we do in class, don't eat them until we are finished. And make sure your parent's okay with it too. Another thing that you can use besides candy are goldfish. We've used marshmallows before. Any of those kind of things are good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put my candy in here. I'm not going to eat them. I'm just going to leave them right here in my math toolkit. All right, let's see what else I have. I was showing you this bag, right? I have puzzle pieces in here. This is something that would be good for a math toolkit. I think you can use puzzle pieces, right? You can take some away, you can give some back, add, subtract, all kinds of stuff. I got all kinds of stuff in my head that's going on with these puzzle pieces. So if you have puzzle pieces, that is awesome too. All right. I even have some rocks. Now my rocks I'm not going to put inside of my math toolkit because they are way too big and heavy to put in my egg carton. So I'm just going to leave them aside in a separate bag, but I'm going to show you these rocks can be good doing things such as sorting. You can sort by color, you can sort by size, but these are just rocks that I found around my yard. Very nice rocks, aren't they? So that's something that I found just by looking around my house. I'm sure if I wanted to find little twigs, I could find twigs. Something else I just thought of too is toothpicks. Sometimes you might have some toothpicks with different colors laying around. That could be something you can use as well. Let me think. Ooh. I also have a big bag full of crayons. I don't see why we couldn't use old crayons, right? The last thing that I found at my house, and I only grabbed one color because I really wasn't thinking about having more than one color, but the last thing that I found was some Play-Doh. When you're using Play-Doh for math, you can do so many things with it. So if you have Play-Doh in your house, that is awesome. And if you have 2 different colors of Play-Doh, that is even better. Before you do your math lessons, you can take out your Play-Doh and start rolling up some balls or squares or hearts or whatever it is that you want to make. And that way you're like playing with Play-Doh and using your hands, and you're getting ready for your math lesson at the same time. So these are just a few things that I found around my house and some ideas for you. I want to see what it is that you can come up with and have that with you the next time we meet. But before I get off this video, I wanted to show you a couple other things that you might want to grab before you do a math lesson. Number 1, paper. Now I know that in school we use whiteboards. That probably isn't something that you have around your house. Well, I don't have regular printer paper. I have old paper here that somebody else printed stuff on, and I don't use it, but I have it. So I decided to use the back of the paper, because it's scrap paper, to do work on. So if you have paper like maybe in your red folder that you haven't taken out of it yet, that you don't need, like maybe there's an event coming up and it's still in your folder, you can always grab that piece of paper and draw on the back of it. Now, if you don't have any papers in your red folder, that's okay. See if your parents have paper. Again, it can be scrap paper. It can have something on the front that you don't need, and then you can use the back for your math problems. The other thing that you need is a pencil, which I'm not quite sure where my pencil went, but it's definitely something that, oh, here it is. Pencil is definitely something that you need. Remember, if you can find a pencil with an eraser, that is even better, because then you can erase if you need to. Remember, for me, it's not always about whether or not you have the right answer. It's whether or not you can show your thinking. So you don't have to have an eraser, but sometimes it is a good idea to have one in case we want to erase something. Anyway, that's it for right now. I hope you guys are all being safe, and I hope that you guys had a great spring break. And I plan on getting on here again and doing another video really soon. Just remember, before you do a math lesson, I would say go ahead and grab your math toolkit that you make in your house and sit down and do a math lesson. I know that there's a couple different people that might be doing math lessons. So pick a video and see if you can get it. Thank you very much. You guys have a great day.